Namaste. Today is Shivaratri, MahaShivaratri. Today is the day when all of us worship Mahadev, Shiva, the Eternal One, the one who has no end, no beginning. He is that divine Jyoti. Now, do you all know that there is a story which, if recited, heard, or read about on this wonderful day, one gets Shiva Sayujya, that is the opportunity to be close to him? Well, it's the story of Billa, a very violent hunter who used to hunt animals with great cruelty and was generally not liked by everybody. But just see what he did on MahaShivaratri night. Well, the story goes this way, that once Billa was not able to kill any animal, and he was roaming around the forest very tired and a little annoyed that he was very unsuccessful in killing any animal. So what he did, for a minute he thought maybe he should just go home, forget about everything, just go home. Then he felt, no, let me sit here itself in the forest, let me climb a tree, sit on top of the tree and look for any animal, because I can see there's a pond right out here. Let me drink some water from the pond and let me climb a tree and sit there waiting for any animal to pass by. So he did just that. He filled his water bag also with some water and he drank up all the whatever water he wanted, and he climbed the tree and sat in wait. Now guess what? Look at this is what Bhagya is, this is what Purva Karma Phala is. This man, Billa, who was such a violent person, happened to sit on top of a bilva tree. And not just that, below that very bilva tree was a Shivlinga. Now all this was unknown to our hunter. He laid in wait. Little time passed by, and just when it was getting very dark, a deer came by. And Billa, he took out his bow, arrow, and aimed at the deer. Now when he did that, when he was just taking aim, some leaves fell from the tree. And where did they fall? They fell right on the Shivlinga. And also because he was shaking a little, water fell from his water bag also onto the Shivlinga. So unknown to him, without him wanting to do so, what he did was he worshipped Shiva, Mahadev, who is Ashutosh. So what did Ashutosh Mahadev do? He was so pleased by this innocent act of this hunter, this wild hunter, that he blessed that all his heart should change and become pure. Now all his whatever path he had done in this lifetime went for a toss, just because he had stayed awake, he had stayed hungry, and he had unknowingly worshipped Shiva with Bilva Patra and water. Jalabhishek he had done. Now when he did that, that deer looked up and saw, oh my God, there's a hunter waiting to kill me. She told the hunter in a very pleading voice, please dear hunter, don't kill me just now. Just wait, let me go back, meet my family and come back. I promise you I will come back and then you can kill me. Now for some strange reason, Bilva also had a change of heart and he said, okay, theek hai, you go meet your family and come back and then I'll kill you. This wild hunter had changed. Just see the miracle. This deer ran away to meet her family. And Billa kept waiting on the tree, waiting. And By the time, another quarter of the night had elapsed. Now what happened? He saw another deer coming by, and Billa thought that it was the first deer itself. He was surprised. Areva, this deer has come to fulfill her promise. But the second deer also, she was like, it looked like she was looking for somebody else. Billa just shook a little and again aimed at this deer also. And when he shook and aimed at this deer, again some water from his water bag fell on the Shivlinga below, and some Bilva Patre also, the Bilva leaves also fell on the Shivlinga. Now this deer also looked up at the noise of the rustling leaves and said, "Oh my God, are you here to kill me?" Mila said, "Yes, of course. I'm here to kill you." So this deer also said, "Oh, please, please don't kill me just now. I have come out in search of my sister. I can't seem to find her anywhere. Please let me go back home. I will just tell my sister's child that I will come back or later, and I will just tell them I'm safe. Then I'll come back to you and I'll." Now again, Billa was a little puzzled now what to do. The second deer also is saying the same thing. So he said, no, I cannot let you go back. What if you don't come back? There was another deer which came some time back and told me the same thing, and she hasn't come back. So this deer said, please, please, dear hunter, I am not telling you lies. Let me come back. Let me go home and come back to you. Again, because of the wonderful miracles that took place, because unknowingly Billa had worshipped Shiva even in the second quarter of the night, his heart was becoming more and more tranquil, more and more pure, and he felt this stirring of emotion, and he said, okay, fine, take it. You also go back, but don't forget, you should come back, okay? The deer said, all right. Deer ran away. And Billa kept waiting for both the deers to come back. Now he was waiting. He couldn't sleep. He was feeling hungry, but still he had this peace in his heart. After some time, another deer came by. And this deer was a little taller and a little stout. It seemed like a male deer. It was actually the husband of the first deer. Again, Billa took aim and tried to aim at this deer and kill it. Again, when he was trying to take aim, his hand shook a little, the branch shook a little, the leaves fell down, little water from his water bag fell down, and in the noise, the deer looked up and said, "Oh, who are you? And what are you doing on top of the tree?" Billa was a little annoyed right now. He said, "I am a hunter. Can't you see? I'm going to kill you just now. 2 deers went by just some time back telling me they'll come back, but they haven't yet come back, and now I have you. I'm going to kill you." But this deer also looked up and said, "Oh dear, that must have been my wife and my sister-in-law. Please, dear hunter, don't kill me just now. I'll go home, I'll meet them, and I'll make arrangements for their safe, life and everything, and then I'll come back, I'll tell them I'm okay, and then I'll come back to you and you can kill me then." Again, this time also, Billa was like, what is happening? I am not feeling like killing a single deer. Just what is happening to me? He could not understand the change that had come over him. But by this time, he was completely a different person. He had been blessed by Mahadev, see. So he told this deer also, all right, fine, you go back, but do come back, okay? And this third deer also said, all right, I'll definitely come back. And he thanked Billa for being so gentle. Billa was wondering, okay, I'm gentle, I'm nice, what is happening? He could not understand the change that had come over him. Now, in the meantime, in Billa's house also, his wife and children were getting a little worried about why Billa had not come back home. So his wife and children, they all started making their way towards the forest. And in a few minutes, Billa saw a very strange sight. In front of him were two families. One was his own family, his wife and children, and on the other side were the deer family. Billa looked at both the families and shed tears. He felt, oh God, what a horrible life I have led all these years, killing innocent creatures. And when he was having this stirring of emotion and everything, suddenly everyone could hear the sound of a damru. And who was it? None other than Mahadev. He came down there and he asked Billa, without your knowledge, you have worshipped me for all 4 quarters of the night. Without your knowledge, you have done Jalabhishek to me and Bilvabhishek to me. I am very pleased with this. Tell me what you want. Billa jumped down from the tree and fell at the feet of Mahadev and said, Mahadev, I don't want anything. I have seen you. What more is there for me to want? I don't need anything. He prostrated before Mahadev, and just like him, his whole family also did it. And looking at them, even the deer bowed down to Mahadev. Mahadev again asked, you have to tell me what you want. So Billa said, Mahadev, now that I have been with you, seen you, stayed even a few moments with you, in front of you, I don't want to lose this ever in my life. Bless us all that we come and stay with you. And that's exactly what Shiva gave them. Shiva Sayujya, that is the closeness with Shiva. They all became Ganas and went to Kailasa. This story of Shiva Sayujya, this story of Billa the hunter and the deer, it's such a beautiful story and should be heard by everybody on MahaShivaratri day. Do worship Mahadev on this day and get blessed. Become pure-hearted, get blessed. Namaste.